So I'm Matt Smith. I'm the assurance practice lead at YHB. YHB is a top 100 firm based out of the DMV market, about 60 miles west of DC is where our corporate office is, again, covering that DC, Maryland, and Virginia market. In terms of our assurance practice and kind of our firm, our assurance practice, we're around $60 million firm, and our assurance practice is around 20 of that. Strong emphasis in financial institutions, credit unions, nonprofit, construction in general, commercial services, EBP, and then risk advisory services. In terms of the driving factors behind our selection process and our next platform, it really came down to scalability. We're a middle market firm. We serve middle market clients. We do have clients on the larger end, and we have clients on the small end, and we needed something that we could scale to size. The other piece is something that's tech-driven, something that's cloud-based. The way that we currently operate is on an on-premise solution, and that comes with maintenance. It comes with network storage and servers, and so looking for that tech-forward solution that's cloud-based, that we could also look at the integrations that it might have with other platforms, which of course one exciting part of Inflow is that it's very API friendly, both in and out. Also the AI concept. So we know that it's been used as a buzzword, and we know we're also up against staffing challenges. So AI is going to help us automate and streamline a lot of the things that we do today in the audit process. So looking for that audit of the future and the platform that will allow us to lean into the AI capabilities and the streamline and efficiency capabilities, the improvement in quality, because I think it's important when we talk about efficiency that we don't lose sight of quality. So in a more efficient, quality, and fun audit process for our staff that we are all fighting to keep engaged and excited about what they do every day. So if I could summarize it in one sentence about our selection process and what our desires were, it's to move into a tech-forward platform that will help us move into the audit of the future. In terms of the process of selecting Inflow, we went through a vetting process for the available platforms in the market. And again, a lot of the focus was on kind of those key points that I mentioned about scalability, tech forward. Is it going to be fun for the staff? Does it change the user interface for our team that we continue to look to bring into this industry and to empower them and engage them on a daily basis as they're doing these audit tasks? So as we went through that process, something that came out of that was not just that we believe that Inflow is the right fit from a client reporting perspective, the ability to push us past just the compliance and deliverable, but to actually have some really neat value add opportunities when it comes to the reporting, the ability to tap the client in through Inflow Collaborate. And actually what we started to identify is that something that's always pained me is going to our team, because we've taken an approach of highest and best use, tech stack. Assurance's tech stack is going to be different than taxes, which is going to be different than CAS. And we don't need to be tied to one platform and try to make it all work in one platform. We're going to take the best in breed. But what we identified as we started to explore the Inflow platform is it actually is going to give us the ability to reel back a bit, because as we move into more tech-forward solutions, and there's all these solutions out there, I'm just giving my team more logins, more things to learn, more things to do. And a neat thing that came out of the Inflow selection process that I think was very appealing was that it can work for workflow. It can work for client collaboration and PBC. It can work for the data analytics. It can work for out-of-the-box value-added reporting that can then be very tailored. It works for configuration of the things we do. If it's not a traditional assurance service that we provide, we can custom curate it within the platform. So a lot of our wants and desires, I think, over the years, and we were stuck in this mindset of, well, it's the platform we've used for decades. And it's funny when you use something for decades, I think that you don't realize the true functionality. So I think a really exciting part of this next step with Inflow is going to be the ability to just kind of throw everything back into the pot, and to just reinvent the way that we do things with an amazing platform that's going to give us the ability to do it. So for the differentiators when it came to the kind of industry content and the available content packs, it aligned very well with YHB's needs and YHB's industries that we serve. A key point there that was a focus and emphasis of ours was the PCOB content pack. We all know that that's a very high risk, high stress industry for firms to be in. Inflow, it's available. It's there. It's part of the content pack. As we kind of peel back the layers and we look at the different industries that we serve, there was just great alignment that with our core industries that we serve, the content packs are available and they're there to support the firm today and into the future as we continue to expand. The other piece that we really enjoyed as we looked at the platform is there's certain services that we provide that there really wouldn't be the expectation that there's a content pack. For instance, we have a very robust internal audit division. Our RAS team, Risk Advisory Services team, does certain types of services that you really wouldn't expect to be within a content pack. But the functionality of the Inflow platform to allow us to take some of our antiquated Excel and Word schedules and procedures that, depending on what version you have, might be the most current one or not, to be able to actually build those out within the platform to provide consistency as we move forward, which consistency improves quality, is going to be really neat as we continue through the implementation process. It's going to be one of my focuses to dive into some of those areas and develop those with the support of the Inflow team. In terms of another attractive part of the product as it pertains to industry offerings was the PCOB. So we do have a PCOB practice that's focused in the financial institution realm. And Inflow, in initial discussions, it was on the short-term roadmap with the target date, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, of Q4 24. And Inflow exceeded those expectations. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was released in October. So just knowing that as we set ourselves up and continue to get ready for the rollout and the implementation, again, that the product is there to support us in all the industries and the areas that we serve. In terms of the interactions with the people in the teams at Inflow, I couldn't speak more highly of the interactions. As it started with Mark, CEO, and Robert at a Chicago conference, you quickly realized that they wanted to listen. When you read about Inflow, you see the term a lot of a partner type relationship. And a lot of times I think that is a term that's used loosely, and you don't really end up in that type of relationship. But one thing that was very encouraging and exciting through our process is we got exposed to more and more of the Inflow team, was that concept of a partnership relationship rang true, whether it was in conversations with the CEO, the product development team, the marketing team, the client relations team, or any team or individual that you worked with in the Inflow environment. The interaction was positive, and they were listening. And I think that that's key when we're making a decision to work with a vendor, a partner, is that you have a relationship where you feel that you can pick up the phone, they're going to respond, they're going to be polite, they're going to be timely, and that they actually want the feedback and they want to have the conversation with you. And not only is that type of relationship important at the onset of a relationship, but what I've gleaned from my interactions with the Inflow team is that I'm confident that that's going to be the way that the relationship is moving forward. And I think that's critical. And I'm excited about continuing the relationship with the people of Inflow as we continue to move into onboarding, implementation, onboarding, and then even beyond our go live date, the continued feedback loop that I'm confident that we'll have with Inflow. So in terms of kind of walking through the process to date and then where we're headed as we move forward, we're following the proven process that Inflow has laid out. And what we find as I sit here today is we're kind of in the middle of that proven process. We started with getting to know the Inflow team wanting to learn more about us. We then moved into the demo phase, and we worked through the demo engagements with the Inflow team, which was a fantastic experience. We pulled together a small task force of individuals internally, from admin all the way up through principal, and we tapped them into that proven process piece of the kind of the demo stage, getting to learn the platform. And then we actually took that a step further and ran some of our own client pilot engagements through the platform. And now we're at the point of executing the contract today, which I'm excited to say, sitting here in December of 24. And as we move from that 3 to 4 month implementation process that's about to occur, I'm excited that as we get to the 7/1 go live date, that the platform is ready and available to support us in a manner that we're going to be able to retire the legacy platform that we use today. And we're going to be able to move the entire assurance department into the Inflow platform and celebrate it as our platform as we move forward to execute all engagements across the department. So in terms of what myself and the broader YHB, I believe my department is looking forward to as we move into the Inflow platform, is really just leaning into technology, retiring a legacy platform and moving into a platform, number one, that's cloud-based, that's accessible, as long as you have internet connection, that's accessible wherever you are, that you have access to your client data in a timely manner, because we have staff now that are all across the nation. It's not that we're all working within the same office spaces that maybe we were used to just a short 6 or 7 years ago. The other part is just the impact to the team. Part of this journey and this transition, I still go back to the excitement and the impact on our team. And when I say that, it's not a focus on the team at the top, the principals, but to me, how a platform like Inflow can help us make compliance services fun, but then not just compliance services, but the ability to give them tools at their fingertips that they want to use, and that we can sit back and watch how this continues to evolve as we move into Inflow. I firmly believe that we're going to find that these tech-minded, less tenured team members are going to find ways to add value to our clients through the use of a platform like Inflow that someone like me can't even fathom, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm a principal, right? I mean, I've to some extent, as you move up, you lose touch with the in the weeds use of a platform like this, and how we can utilize it to harness the power that a platform like Inflow houses to benefit and expand our relationships with our clients. It's something that I'm so excited to see how it continues to evolve as our team moves into the platform, gets their feet under them, and then we start to really, unleash the power that the platform harnesses. In terms of a piece of advice for firms that have been on a platform and may be entertaining, looking to make a transition, something that resonated with me early on in my interactions with Inflow was a quote that I picked up from one of their pieces of collateral. And I actually went back to my team during one of my department meetings and I actually shared it with them. And it was that change is only hard for the unprepared. It's not to say that this transition is going to be easy. Change management is not easy. But it's the responsibility of folks like me who are put in leadership roles to continue to push for change, because the industry is changing. It's transforming and evolving so rapidly before our eyes. I mean, it's truly fascinating. I look back at my 17-year career, and there's been more change in the last 5 years than in the first 12 to 13. And I don't see that stopping. So I'm one that takes the approach of we can't bury our heads in the sand and hope that change stops. We have to embrace the change, prepare for the change, acknowledge that it's not going to be easy, but if we prepare properly, we can mitigate some of the pain that comes with change, and that we can come out of it is a group very successful on the other side. And that's something that I'm going to continue to push to my team, and we're going to prepare here over the next 4 to 5 months, 3 to 4 months, as we mentioned with the implementation. and I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that come go live, we've addressed the change, we're prepared, and our team's going to come out of it very successfully.